It is early morning in the game, as well as early morning for me in real life. I just woke up kinda /is and I felt like I wanna record some because I can't wait for today's episodes. And I guess that means this game is positive fun for me. Anyhow, for today I would like to take a look at the oil refinery, at the oil jack pump, and probably at some other things, and or I would like to unlock the industry skill book. Now, before doing that, I just would like to show you a little bit of the off-camera stuff, because yesterday I uploaded 2 episodes, or better to say 1 episode and 1 questions and answer video for one of the viewers, Xavier. He asked me a question about my stockpiles, and then I kind of realized that I need to clean up my world, and so I did. As you can see down there, I don't have any stockpiles anymore, and so on. I cleaned it up a little bit here and there, and I've also created a new area which is going to be my quick dump, which basically was this building before, but I grew so big that the place over there is way too small and I need something new. Now, this is not something that is in a hurry to finish. This is just something that comes along the way, and I would only like to place like these massive stockpiles with reasons, and I will only build on it when I actually got resources too much, or I need to clean up some resources because the stockpiles over here are getting full, which they were empty yesterday, and slowly but surely they are getting full again because I've also been doing some mining work. Now, I have been also finishing up this building down here, not only on the outside, but I've also been cleaning up all of my books, a certain amount of modules, not all of them just yet. I placed these basic modules in here because, you know, they are left over. Anything else is just empty. Now, of course, I got more chests in here than I needed, but, you know, I'd rather have too much storage than too less. In here, I got all of the books that I've been learning over time, and upstairs, I don't have anything. Now, for right down here in this building down here, the chests are all empty. I only got these few papers in here because we are going to unlock the industry, and I already went ahead and made some basic papers level 1, basic paper level 2, and I've also made basic paper level 3, or better to say, these are advanced papers, these are modern papers, and these are the basic papers. But I need a few couple more, and I waited with that on purpose because I just want to show you how much resources it's going to take. And not only that, it is also because I want to show you where they are made, because they will be made with our new blast furnace, but it wasn't really finished the last time with the water filter. I actually figured out how to finish it off, and I would just like to show it to you. Now, this building here, which was the mini dump place before, is now called mini home depot, because down here I have been storing all kinds of workbenches, signs and tools. So yeah, the signs are right down in here. I got one torch in here, more can be placed over time, just leftovers and stuff. All of these workbenches that I've been crafting over time for different places that I'm not going to use. In here will be wood, stone, iron, probably some steel, maybe some modern stuff, and whatever not can be placed in here. So this building also has a different use right now. If you have been following that last video of the questions and answers, then you also have seen that I've closed up these windows. I'm just going to treat this building like it's an old building that is barely in use anymore. Only the ground floor I got these windows. Later on there will be some buildings also placed in the front of this and at the side. That's why these windows, I just boarded them up for now. This building will just stay there forever, and it just has a little office for the, you know, the mining administration type of deal. So now that stuff is aside, let's start off with the stuff we're going to do in this episode. And as you can see, I have been expanding the aqueduct because this aqueduct is going to play a role in today's episode, or at least partly a role in today's episode, because we are going to need more water for the oil refinery. Now, I have been making the oil refinery, I believe, in one of the last episodes, right down here and right down there. I've also made the jack pump already. Now, I could say let's already figure out a spot where to place it. I have been explaining in one of the episodes that the oil, I just have to search for it. So I've been checking out the oil, right? And I seen there is like a massive amount here in the ocean. Now I wonder how this is actually going to work, because you know, in real life, you cannot place an oil jack pump right down below the ocean. You have special oil jack pumps, or better to say, you got like the those big platform oil field type of deal. I don't know what it's called in English, but you know exactly what I mean. And you cannot do that with a oil jackhammer type of deal. Now the point is there's a lot of oil onto the map, right? And I've been reading a comment in one of the Steam stuff when I was looking for how to pump oil in the ocean, that this guy was saying, I didn't even knew that there was an overlay for oil. This guy just placed a oil jackhammer or whatever it's called. Let me just check that out because I feel a little bit silly. It's just a pump jack. Okay, there we go. He just placed it outside his factory and he was just getting oil. So I'm like, I got a nice little oil spot right down here, right? And if this guy just, you know, randomly placed it and get oil, then I should get at least some oil from that little spot here, right? Now there is a little oil field value thingy right down there saying 670. I believe that it should be there. I cannot get a higher value so far than 670. Now this oil field up here on the white spot shows 1000, so I'm like, it is just 400 off, right? That is not like too bad. So now I would like to place it there. So how can we place it there without guessing if we placed it the right way, you know, walking to it? And that is show the overlay in the main view, which basically means it will show it like that. Now it is still a little bit difficult, but that is okay. I don't mind that, you know, it is not like too difficult, but we can /is look on the minimap and /is look on where we are, and I think right down here would be the perfect spot. All right, it is perfect. So here we are going to kind of place this thing and slowly but surely get some oil out of it. You can also see it like that. It could be placed up a little more, so let's just do that. And or okay, how about here? I think if you look on the minimap, I think that's just perfect. That's just perfect in the middle. So I think here will be fine, and we can start off with just one. If we really run out of, you know, stuff, I hope we can slowly see it depleting over time and whatever not. We can always search for another spot. But for now, it is not like a must-have. It is just like we can already save up resources for when we're going to need it, because we need all kinds of workbenches in order to get the oil machines or fuel machines like that. So this guy's gonna be right down here, right? And as you can see already, there's like a little pipe here, and I'll guess the little pipe needs to be connected to this guy. Now I was getting stuck the last time, but let's just place it down here and see kind of /is where the pipe needs to be in here. Now, what I didn't straight away notice the last episodes, or before that, is that this thing also uses water. Now, it is kind of funny because at the end of the episode, I was saying, in case we need some water right down here, we can build this aqueduct. And apparently, what I didn't see right away, but I did at the editing, that this thing also uses water. So it's kind of lucky that I can place the aqueduct all the way from there to all the way over here, right? That's a good thing. Now I just need to figure out, this is the outtake and this is the intake. Now I wonder, right? It's a little confusing, because if this is the intake, I think for the water because it's blue, and this is an outtake for whatever, then how is it going to work with this? That's a good question, right? So let's just go in here and check, alright? We need power. Now this is the whole point with power. I just showed you how I actually got power for my water filter. The point is, I know there are wind turbines or something like that, what it's called, like windmill, the modern one, which will give you electricity. Now the point is you have these wooden windmills, but what I didn't really notice meanwhile playing this game is that the electricity in this game cannot all be gained by the same items, as in the wooden windmill isn't classified as electric, but is classified as mechanical power. And there is apparently a difference between mechanical power and electric power. You cannot have mechanical power on this guy, you need to have electric power. To get electric power, you need to have a steam engine or something more modern, which in this case is an electric wind turbine type of deal. It is placed on solid ground, power grid has insufficient electric power. Now I wonder, like, why is this down here? What does that mean? I mean, is this just for aesthetic type of deal? As in, you need to place a stockpile and then it gets transported to the stockpile. Just ignore this. But why would this be here? I was thinking you need to connect this up to this guy, right? But how is that going to work if here needs water in, and why is this also an outtake? Like, why? How? Disable. Chimney pipe must have one open. So it also has a chimney pipe, which is apparently on top there, of course. So yeah, it is kinda unknown how that works. But let's just leave it offside for now. The point here is we need electrical power, and I would like to see, with unlocking the industry skill book, if we can get further into having modern type of windmills or wind turbines and whatever it's called, rather than using steam engines. Because steam engines is bad, pollution and stuff like that. Now also the last episode we kind of messed around with the aqueduct, we kind of messed around with these pipes, and then I had to end the episode when we kind of placed this thing down and I had to see how it works. Apparently this thing has a little bug. Now let me just kind of show you what I've done first, alright? So we have this mechanical wind power turbine or windmill. This thing here says it uses mechanical power, so that can be a windmill, and I didn't know I could actually click on it to see. This thing here, let's take a look at the power, which I haven't been doing before, uses electric power. And then you can see wind turbine, steam engine, solar generator, combustion generator, even though I do not really know what that means. I noticed that later on when I placed those two guys, or a set of those two guys right down here, and I was like, why doesn't it turn on? And then I got to the Discord of Eco, I asked this question, and this guy said, electrical power. Got some air stuck in my throat. So in this case, I also had a few other couple of problems. The new thing that I seen, it was saying it needs an owner, and I was like, really? I mean, I've been crafting so many workbenches, so many stockpiles, nothing needed an owner except for this thing. I was like, does that mean an owner as in it needs to have a machine as an owner, or does it, later on I discovered it needs to have property area, as in, claiming the ground. Now the silliest thing is, I thought it just needs an area property without having to be an owner of it. So I placed it down here and I was like, it's not working. Then I was like, maybe I need to be a resident of the area. So what I did, I removed all of the other resident areas in order to get enough claiming papers. I just had enough claiming papers to do this, because I didn't want to be unresident of this housing point. That would be a shame. So I just drew a whole line of 50 plus claiming papers all the way up here, and then all of a sudden it worked. And someone said in the Discord, you don't need to be a resident, but if it doesn't work right away, it means it has a bug. So in the end I actually solved it to have it an owner. It also says sewage input pipe is disconnected. Like, it has a few couple of confusing things, because you would say, okay, this is a pipe, where does it go? it goes to the sewage of this guy down here. Ay, so much things. And now I'm thinking of it. Does the wet pipes of that stuff actually means it getting dirty stuff out of it? Maybe that's why I needed the water stuff. Now it starts to make sense. I will come back to it in a second. Anyhow, I have turned this thing on, and you know, it kinda worked after I gave it this power. I had one steam engine in storage because I needed to level up for level 7 in order to gain the mechanical module. So I made one of these steam engines, was just laying around, and I was like, okay, let's use this guy. And then some other strange stuff happened. I turned this thing on, and then it turned itself off, and I was reading power grid disabled. This generator to save resources. Okay, I was like, okay, it turns itself off. You know, maybe that's a very handy mechanic, so it doesn't, you know, uses resources while this thing is not being used. Apparently, it just works, and I have never seen this thing being turned on again. It's a little bit strange though, but it does the job. Now also, I was messing around a lot with this water, not because it wasn't working. The problem is that you see this weird glitchy stuff and whatever not. I slowly but surely discovered that each block near the water, make sure that the water goes over it. So if this waterfall is right down here at the edge of this block, then the water will go over it. Alright, now you might say, why is it doing it right now? Apparently there is an invisible clipping box at the exit of this pipe which shows the, you know, the animation of the water coming out. This animation is also in a clipping box, so it would kinda make sense that the water of the game thinks, hey, there is a hitbox, I need to get over it. It is okay, it is what it is. I should have just made this water type of deal one wider or whatever, right? It is okay. This is something you can keep in mind for future if you want to have it perfect. So in this case, I take the water, it goes into this thing, it's getting pumped, it's gonna go all the way here, it does its job, then comes out and get into this water filter. It's getting filtered up and then spit out again into this, let me just call it a pool. Now there's also another thing. This guy actually, which is not visible right now, is actually making a byproduct, which is kinda strange, but you know, it's just fine by me. Is this stuff. This stuff apparently is compost. And compost is just what it does. Delicious compost organic matter that can be used to fertilize crops. So I don't mind this. We can use this for fertilizing our crops. So compost is created over time when organic material is left outdoors to decompose. Now I don't know if I showed it to you, but if you followed the other video about questions and answers, you would have seen that I got this down here on the floor, right? Now the point is what I've been doing down here, and it's wood pulp. I've been reading about if you throw organic matter on the ground, it will over time change this into, or either wet tailings when it's when the trash is like plastic or any product that is hard to decompose in the nature, it will turn into wet tailing, which is bad to the nature, which should learn you to not throw trash on the ground, right? That is how it kind of works in real life too. Plastic is bad. But if you throw organic stuff on the floor, which took me a lot of time to figure out how to do that, because I thought if you take it like this, it's just trash and not like throw it on the ground. Apparently it is how it works. With green stuff or food or whatever, it should turn in compost. Now as you can see, this picture is kind of weird. It slowly but surely rotates or changes clockwise, so the picture of the wooden pulp is almost gone, and at the end of the process it might turn into compost. So this is just a test to see if wood pulp changes into compost too, rather than food only. Now I've also figured out that, by the way, we should already craft that there is a, of course I've said there is a building material tier number 3 or 4, and I believe it said 5, I'm not quite sure. But There is here a rolling mill, and I thought when I read mill it had something to do with crushing grain or making paper or whatever. But apparently the rolling mill is used in order to shape metal. Let's make one of this and let's take a look at it when it's finished. In this episode we probably not end up with a lot of progress, but we do end up with a lot of understanding for the future stuff that will come up. But also this video is going to be a very long one. Now with that being built and so we can take a look at it, I just wanted to continue with the skill book industry. I slowly but surely also start to understand all of these papers. So the white papers are for basic resources like raw wood, raw stone, raw food, that kind of stuff. Let's just keep it with the tree one because it's easy to explain. So this is raw logs, right? After this, I believe the green one comes, and the green one just means that the resources need to have an upgrade. So in this case it needs to be hewn logs, right? That is the thing that comes after wood. After the green one, the yellow papers come, which is the advanced. And on the advanced, the wood needs to be upgraded again. So after hewn logs, you get the sawmill, which makes lumber stuff. So, you know, slowly but surely I get the feeling of what that stuff really needs. Now, the whole point is with the industry, it takes a lot of stuff. As you can see, I've been crafting all of the basics, the modern, the advanced stuff. And then I came at this and I was like, holy smokes. So let's take a look at this, this melting pot, which is this one. It needs to have 10 times 5 steel bars and 10 times 3 rebar, which takes you know, a little while. The reason why I didn't already started it is it's because I wanted to explain you about this down here because it's new. So in this case, let's start making some rebars. If I don't have enough already, I believe the rebars are stored here. Yeah, I got 5 of them. I need 10 times 3 is 30 rebars. So let's take a look at the rebars. I'm going to need to have steel. Here it says I need 10, right? And to make 10 of these, we need to have at least 50 steel. But I'm also going to need to have more rebars. So let's just craft all the steel we can craft at this moment. And then hope that it should be enough. So let's take a look at this guy. Let's just 72, I believe. No, it's not enough because I don't have enough iron bar. But still, in this case, let's just start crafting it, and I can just always grab another pack of iron bars. Let's just get it all the way done. I still wish in this game it has a labor all button or craft all or whatever, rather than clicking it, because when I make this asphalt, I need to click like 300 times to get a ton of that stuff, and it hurt my finger a little bit over time. That's some better English. So as you can see, it takes like 30 minutes for 71 of this stuff. It is okay. When time has come, I can make a module which should save us at least a certain amount of extra time. Alright, so the steel is getting made. Now one of the better things to do real quick would be taking a car. That's why I made like multiply cars, because you can just put one car at the machine that you're making stuff that you actually need to move up to another area. So why not right away take care that the resources get stored into the wagon, right, rather than putting it into the stockpile and then from the stockpile put it up into the truck again. You know, it takes a lot of time, so let's straight away do it. And I also got some more slots in here, which is very handy. So now you can see it works, because this thing works, or else it wouldn't work. Here you can see the sewage input, and the output is a water of 3 and a water of sewage output of 3 too. Now I don't really have the feeling just yet, like this guy here, maybe we can check it out and it will tell us. I have also connected another water pipe over here to the fresh water, because the steam engine, which sounds logic, also needs some water in order to be steaming, right? So the water output is 0.3. Now I can imagine if the steam engine will be turned on and this thing will be turned on, something goes wrong. But so far it actually went good because this thing apparently isn't really working. It also says water flow available. I need to get a little bit of feeling of the sky. For now, it also says, I would swear, yeah. Here it says it now makes compost, so which is very good. Still got some time left in my recording, so that is good. In this case, time goes fast sometimes. It is ridiculous. That means I'm enjoying too much. Yeah, industry skill book, it takes so much stuff. And this is in the making, alright. Then we need to look at the green gear wheel, which is right down here. We just need some iron stuff, right? We need to have 10 of these, so that is 10 times all of this stuff. Oh god, I'm stuck. How did I ever manage to get stuck with this thing? Now the weirdest thing is, sometimes when you touch your vehicle, it actually moves, which is kinda strange. But when you really need to move it, it doesn't want to move. Ah, you see that? It did. I don't know if it's because I held a tool in my hand, but it moved. Alright. So what I did read was I needed 4 of the iron plating, and 10 times 4 is 40. Do I have 40 plates? I have 50, I'm just gonna grab them all. And I need 40 iron axles, and I'm going to need 100 iron gears. Holy moly, that is so expensive, but yeah, industry, right? It's the modern stuff. Okay, the plating is done, and the axles is almost done. I'm surprised how quick the plating actually went. So just also drop that in there. Did I need it so much? 36, whatever. In this case, we can just park this bracket off. And I'm stuck in the wall. Damn it. You know, this is the problem when you got British cars, you know, with the steering on the inside of the wall all the time. Not gonna say it's bad though, because there are a lot of situations where it makes more sense than having the steering wheel on the rest of the world side. Yes, I needed 10 of these. No, it's the this guy. No. My apologies. We're still waiting for the steel to be done. Needed 5 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's fix it. Yeah, I guess I just need to skip some time and make sure that I get all of these resources done. Meanwhile, let's make a bigger steam engine type of deal. Going to need 6 plating and 4 gear wheel. Let's just make it. Okay, iron gear and a couple of these guys. Alright, so that stuff is also in the making. Our skill book thingy is almost done, which basically means I can put the stuff that left over from this car into the stockpile there. I still seem to have enough iron there. I probably also need to move a couple of stacks of iron, because besides steel bars, we're going to need to have a couple of extra steel bars in order to make the rebar. Very good. Bar and rebar shouldn't be too difficult to remember. I might just end up with no more quicklime. A quicklime needs limestone, crushed limestone. I can crush a little bit of limestone here. This gives us 6. So the funniest thing is, when you need to get rid of a lot of stone, which I didn't thought of a couple of times, I should actually take the module out of it. Because this module takes care that you need lesser stone in order to crumble them apart for some reason. I don't know if that is true. Like now I need like 12 limestone in order to crumble it apart. Let me just do it right down here. I'm going to need to have 12 limestone in order to get 1 crushed limestone. But without... I don't know if it's true. Oh yeah, 12 is 3. Let's see if I'm right about that. 12 is 3. Okay, so it doesn't work for the amount of. So that's a little bit of a shame. But it is what it is. It would be nice if you needed a lot more stone in order to get crushed limestone. Whatever. You know, you get what I'm trying to say here. If you need to get rid of a lot of stone, you take the module out. It will cost you more stone in order to get crushed stone. Which would have been a handy option. In this case, probably, you know, it doesn't. I think it's funny how it looks like dirt, leaves, sticks, and a half-rotten melon, while this comes from a blast furnace, which is basically just dirt and poisoning stuff and whatever not. You know what? I'm not gonna complain too much. Okay, this stuff is ready. Now I can just move it all back to where it belongs without getting inside the wall. Maybe I should drive on the English way, you know, come from the other side. That would be more handy. So now we got a lot of leftovers. I don't think I look it very well. It probably said you will get 2 gears from 1 iron bar. That's why I got way too many of these. Oh boy. Okay, 2 boilers in the making. A lot of crafting, you know, but it is fun, it is fun. The thing that stresses me out the most is just the amount of stuff I needed for this book. And so far, we should be able to see that we're almost done with this. Oh no, it didn't add it up. 5? Oh. Alright, another 5 of these, please. And so on, and so on. But I think it's best for me to actually, you know, leave it like this. And then in the next episode, we're going to continue this. A lot of crafting, a lot of doing. I would like to see if we can make some of these tier 3 metal, just put it into the rolling pin and then check out all the new building pieces. I think there is a lot of fun stuff that we can actually use, or maybe upgrade the roads. I would like to take a look in the next episode to see for the electric table, to see what we can grab all from that. And yeah, maybe you guys can also comment down below some more logic if you know about this or want to search it out for me on Wiki. What the whole deal is with the piping exactly onto the oil jack and or the oil refinery, even though I can understand water in, water out, right? Unless I've missed it on this side, there is only an outtake, which I don't know, like oil comes out and then? Anyhow, thanks for watching.